Can you say road trip? Well, that's exactly what I did this past weekend as I took my son's car to him up in Lubbock to Texas Tech. He's a freshman up there. And wait, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. As soon as I said that, you're looking and thinking, you do not look old enough to have a son in college. Well, I do. But anyway, that's not what the video is about. So I took the car up there, and it was going to be a whole weekend thing. But, so I was going to take it to him on Sunday, spend the night, take a bus back to San Antonio. It was going to be all weekend. Well, this past Thursday, I shared what I was going to do to Bible study, and one of my buddies at the table said, "Hey, I'll go with you. You know, I'll take a car, and that way you don't have to make an all weekend thing, and I'll drive, and then when you drop off his car, we'll come back, and it'll just be on Saturday." So I was like, man, yeah, that'll work. I wanted to spend time with my son, but it didn't work out that way. So I was grateful for John, who decided to come with me, and we had a great time. Especially on the way back, fellowshipping, encouraging one another, chit-chatting. As they say, chopping it up. We had a good time doing that, and man, it made the 6-hour drive back totally not as long as it was driving up. So I was grateful for that. And so, but this video is not about just telling you about my weekend. It is about pinpointing the truth of why we were created. And if you don't know it already, let me let you in on a little secret. You were created for fellowship. First and foremost with the holy God who loves you and sent Jesus to be your Savior and to be Lord of your life. And after that, then fellowship and relationship with other people. That's how He created us. He didn't create us in a vacuum. He didn't create us in a box. He didn't create us to do things just by ourselves in our own strength and in our own ability. Sometimes I don't like to reach out for help, and I don't like to receive help because I may think it's weak, or I can do it on my own, or it doesn't mean that I'm a man if I reach out for help. But I'm here to tell you that those are lies. It's not true. We were created for fellowship, guys and girls, with one another. And when we experience that, man, it's encouraging. It's a blessing. I was sharpened. As Solomon tells us in Proverbs, as iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another. Man, when I got home Saturday night, I was a little tired, but man, I felt sharp. I was grateful for John. We had great fellowship, and man, that's what I need. And I'd be willing to say that's what you need too. We need to reach out. We need to connect with people. We need to get plugged in. Local churches, neighborhoods, people you trust, recovery groups, whatever it is. We need people in our lives. You need people in your life. I need people in my life that I can call, depend on, talk to, pray with. Man, I need that because I recognize that I cannot do it by myself. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. I cannot do it by myself. Now I'm going to butcher this example. I don't know the details exactly, so I'm making some of them up, but the point behind it is so true. Belgian horses are strong animals, one of the strongest in the world, and they had a contest to determine which Belgian horse could pull the most weight. Well, the winner wound up pulling something like 6,000 pounds. Crazy! 6,000 pounds, that's one horse. The other horse wound up pulling like 4,000 horse, who took second place. So naturally you think, okay, well if we put them together, they'll be able to pull 10,000 pounds. No, that's not what happened. They didn't pull 10,000 pounds. They pulled close to like 12,000, 13,000 pounds together. And that's just an example of what happens when we connect with other people. We'll be able to do way more than we ever could by ourselves. I know God has reminded me of that, and I know He wants to do that in your life too. And we can be fearful of reaching out to people, and what if we're rejected? What if they don't like us? What if they say no? What if they think I'm weird? What if they look at me differently? What if I lose a friendship? Those are things, if we live by fear, that we won't experience what God has for us. Because the enemy knows that when we connect with other people, then we're a whole lot stronger than we'd ever be by ourselves. That's just a reminder. I was grateful for John helping me this weekend, and I want you to know that you are not alone. Take an opportunity to reach out to somebody, or maybe to reach out to somebody to help them. But reach out to somebody today. Recognize you're not alone. Recognize you can't do it by yourself. And when we reach out, God will be there to bless that opportunity and to bless the things that He has for you today. So I love you. Reach out today. Connect today. Plug in today and see what God does.